Good afternoon. Phil Lindeman with your news from Avalanche Physical Therapy on Krystal 93. There is a black hole on Lake Dillon, and it looks like a $13,000 motorized surfboard.
You're flying above the water with this. It's not on the water like a wakeboard or a windsurfer. You're up above all the waves, the water, just flying.
That was Joe McIntyre explaining the Flightboard Pro, classified as an e-foil with a surfboard deck attached to a fin powered by an electric motor. And it is a regulatory black hole, not officially banned or approved for Dillon Reservoir.
It's about the size of a briefcase, the battery. It's a lithium-ion battery. It weighs about 30 pounds. And this is the smaller of the two batteries. So it's about an hour runtime. I'm pushing about 30-40 minutes.
McIntyre is the only person we have seen riding an e-foil on Lake Dillon, where swimming is illegal. And that's the trouble. You mount the e-foil like a surfboard from the water. But once you are moving, he says, you float high above the waves.
When you're learning, you're lower in the ground, you're doing touch and goes, the calm water is fine. It's easy. But as you pick up speed and you're starting to fly, it's a sense of elevation.
McIntyre made his case this morning at the Dillon Reservoir Recreation Committee board meeting, where the board did not make a decision yet. He is still allowed to ride on the water for now. Elsewhere, e-foils are allowed at Green Mountain and Wolford Reservoirs. 2 local men face 6 criminal charges for domestic violence and sexual exploitation, both involving minors. Gustavo Martinez of Summit County was arrested 1 week ago today on suspicion of child pornography. He is charged with possessing and attempting to distribute porn, both felonies, each carrying over a decade in prison. Gerardo Lopez of Summit was arrested on 4 charges this past Sunday tied to child abuse and domestic violence. He faces 2 felonies and 2 misdemeanors. Tomorrow in Breckenridge, dozens of policymakers meet to review workforce housing and how they will remedy Summit's biggest ailment since COVID-19. The event, known as the Summit County Housing Action Initiative, is moderated by Keystone Policy Center. It comes 1 month after the county declared a workforce housing crisis, as mountain towns across the West are facing similar housing issues. It has been 1 year since the town of Breckenridge formed an Equity Advisory Commission for social justice issues. But how will it work? Councilwoman Erin Giello sits on the equity board and explains why council needs it.
Again, we don't know what we don't know. So if it's coming from a certain angle, I would like this commission to weigh in on it. Now that might be a lot because we do vote on a lot of things.
To streamline the selection process, Equity Commissioner Jason Smith offered these criteria.
We just noticed that there was kind of a huge difference in where we sat and where the chief sat. And I am just looking for a way to discuss that in the most professional venue possible.
One example of an issue the Equity Board identifies comes from the Police Advisory Committee, where Smith is also a member.
We realized there was a really big difference in how systemic racism, problems in policing, and statistics, our perspective on that, and where the chief was at.
The Equity Commission is meeting once a month, every month, on the 3rd Monday. Summit County's most severe plastic bag ban is back on the council agenda in Dillon tonight. In November, council approved an ordinance to fully outlaw plastic bags by August 1st at grocery stores and restaurants. And then the governor's office passed a statewide bag law, allowing plastic bags until next September, when they will be outlawed anyway. Council decides if Dillon should adopt the new state law or stick to the outright ban coming up in 11 days. Town of Frisco charges 25 cents per bag right now, Breckenridge 10 cents. A reminder that Coyne Valley Road in Breckenridge is closed today until late and might be closed again tomorrow. That's the northernmost entrance to Airport Road, closed for construction. Airport Road and Denison Placer in front of CMC Breck are both open. In sports, the Rockies open a midweek duel with the Mariners today at 6:40. And in local sports, brought to you by American Family Insurance, the Weiss Agency, tomorrow is race 2 of the Summit Trail Running Series at French Gulch. Sign up for the 5K or 8K race by tonight at BreckenridgeRecreation.com. There is no on-site registration. Phil Lindeman with your news from Avalanche Physical Therapy on Krystal 93.